This is Joshua Hart here for Seconds Out, here today with Gareth A Davies over Zoom. Gareth, another weekly instalment of our talk show now. I'm going to brand it. How is everything? You all good?
I'm good, but I'm not happy about you saying my hair looks like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards this morning.
When did I
Like,
ever say that?
there's no need for it. You're telling me about your long journeys from Portman Roads, the 7 hours it took you to get home, and you're telling me that I look like I've just got out of bed. It's an absolute disgrace.
Never said any of that about your hair, but we'll keep running with it. You mentioned Portman Road yesterday. I feel we'll start with that. We've seen the announcement now, Fabio Wardley versus Jarrell Miller, a brilliant fight at the top of the heavyweight division, and a real big step up from the level that Fabio Wardley has been at previously. What do you make of the fight? What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's a really good fight for Fabio Wardley in terms of the opponent. Much more favourable than Kubrat Pulev, because we'd have all groaned a little bit and expected Pulev to put up some resistance for 4 or 5 rounds and then Fabio to take over. This is a genuine test, and given that we've seen that Jarrell Miller is not Fabio's best friend, he's not doing the best friend stuff. He's given him a load of shit in the first instance, and I like it. It was Pally Pally face to face, nose to nose on Saturday night up in Manchester for Heavy Impact in the ring. And then yesterday, Jarrell does what Jarrell does best, is kick off. And he kicked off, he played the villain, he got everybody excited, he ignited the fire and the flames between them. He made the security guys go to work, which is what they should have to do when he's around, because he's the biggest of all of them. He's a huge human being. He made Fabio look medium-sized, and now Fabio knows he's got a fight on his hands rather. It's a really good fight for Fabio because he can prove and benchmark what others have done against Jarrell Miller. Look, Jarrell Miller's never going to be a world champion in my view, but he always puts up great opposition. I thought he beat Andy Ruiz in Los Angeles last summer. He was the pivotal figure in the turnaround of Daniel Dubois' career when they fought in Riyadh at the Riyadh season event. And I really like the fight. Portman Road, he's playing the villain, the Norwich shirt, all of those kind of things. I hope they get a big crowd in there, and I think they will. It's a really good fight for Fabio to show that if he can get victory over Jarrell Miller, he's in the top 10 of the division.
Absolutely. A lot has been made of Jarrell Miller as the chosen opponent, and some strong views of people saying that he doesn't deserve an opportunity to fight for a WBA interim heavyweight world title, given his past and the failed drug tests. Adam Catterall and Spencer Oliver were very strong on it on Talksport, saying that he should be banned and not fighting at this level. Can you understand people's frustrations and people's views as to why he should maybe not be given these opportunities?
The reason he's been given these opportunities, he's done the crime, and he's paid the time. He's done the crime and he's done the time. So you can't take that away from him that he was banned for a period of time. You can't condone anything he's done. I've known him a very long time, all the way back to his glory kickboxing days when he fought Mirko Krokop over a decade ago. I was there in Inglewood, California to cover that. It was a big event. He's a huge character. He's obviously strayed into the wrong areas and the wrong directions. It's extraordinary when you're that big as a human being that you feel like you need to cheat, but something wasn't right in him at the time. I understand people's reservations about him being involved. He has taken the most heinous of drugs. He's I don't know the entire background to it in terms of what led him there. Um, you've got to have a little tick in the box saying you have reservations about it, and I agree with them. But he's back. The rules are as such that you serve your time if you're caught with something. We have to remind ourselves that it's an inherently dangerous sport. So I understand some people saying that given what he's taken, like EPO, things that you knowingly have to put into your system, then I do understand their reservations about him fighting. But we can't stop him doing that. He's got a license. And I think because he's one of very few amazing characters in the sport, it gives him leeway to be involved. So it's I do understand people's reservations. I do understand that, but Fabio Wardley could have said, "I'm not fighting him because he's tested positive for things he's not." He said, "That's the name I want. I've chosen him. He's the guy that I can prove myself against." In a way, it's made him the villain of the division. And we what we have to be careful is not is to critique enough for people to know that it's wrong what he's done.
How do you see the fight playing out when it rolls around on June 7th?
I haven't put my thinking. I think I see Fabio as favourite. I think he's got such a lot of dog in him that he'll come through it, but it won't be without a real tussle. You know, took 10 rounds, particularly rounds 7 to 10, for Daniel Dubois to literally hit the giant sofa of a man with everything for 4 rounds to stop him in the 10th round. And still, Jarrell did not want to be stopped in there. He's a very, very tough individual from Brooklyn. But I just think Fabio has got that dangerous power that he can work his way into a fighter. It's going to be an incredible fight. There are risks here for Fabio, in my view, as well. But I think he'll get off first. And I think it's a 12-round fight. He could win by points or late stoppage.
Fair enough. Moving
But he
away.
could lose it as well, by the way.
That's it. I think this is a really, really tough fight. I think,
Yeah,
especially, I was literally just saying this to my mum downstairs. When you look at
as
the
you
level,
do.
mum's a big boxing fan, so I like
I've
to.
heard.
So the way I see it is, there's such a
Is
big.
she a Gaz fan, though, as well? Is she a fan of our weekly interviews?
Yes, she is. She is a very big fan. She always enjoys watching our talk show here. But no, looking at the fight, the way I've said it to people is, you've got Fabio's career so far, and the Fraser Clark fights being the highlights of his career. Going from Fraser Clark, and this isn't in no disrespectful way, to Jarrell Miller, it is a massive step. There's so many names in that middle between them that I could think of for him to go and fight, and that's why I really do like the fight, because there's a sense of unknown about it. But I still think Fabio should come out on top on the night. But I think I don't see him stopping him, to be honest. I think it
I
goes to
think it's
points.
because you don't have a long and large resume of amateur fights behind Fabio,
Mm.
because obviously he was in white collar and he came in with whatever it was, 3 amateur fights or something. He hasn't had a resume in that sense. So the jury's still out in how far he can go. I mean, as I said, he's got dog in him. We know that. Those two Fraser Clark fights showed that. He's got massive power. He showed he can, at British level, he's got it against against David Adeleye. That was a brilliant performance as well. I didn't see him as favourite in that one either, because I saw him as raw. But I think he's showing more and more. He's got to carry this event because it's his hometown, his homecoming. It'll be a massive crowd in there, 25, 30, maybe even 35,000 people coming for him, representing the region. But I do think there's something about Fabio, about his confidence, that carries him so much. Yeah, look, I see him winning it, but if he's not really on his game, he can end up on the wrong end of a performance, because Jarrell Miller does not quit. That's the thing about him, and I think he beat Andy Ruiz last summer. I thought he was very unfortunate not to get the decision. It was touch and go with Daniel Dubois for the first 5, 6 rounds of their fight. So it's great. It's a great event. It's great for Fabio, and he's a massive name in the division. I can't see who else would have given him such resonance, as you say, in this contest on June the 7th, June the 7th.
June 7th.